Some people leave the world, but their memories hold your hand forever. And Dharamji was one of those rare souls. Today, as we look back at his life, from a little boy in Punjab to his final moments with family in the hospital, we realize one truth. His journey was not just cinema, it was an emotion, pure emotion. He didn't just watch films, he felt them, he lived them. Dharamji, one of the most admired figure in Bollywood, was born on 8th December 1935 in a small village, Nasrali, district Ludhiana of Punjab. His birth into a modest middle-class Sikh family began a journey that would eventually lead him to become one of Bollywood's most enduring legends. His father, Keval Singh Deol, served as a school teacher, and his mother, Satwant Kaur, was a devoted homemaker. His home was simple, rooted deeply in traditional Punjabi values, and this simplicity became one of the strongest defining elements of Dharmendra ji's personality throughout his life. The family later moved to a village of Sanewal, where Dharamji spent most of his early years. Village life shaped him in a way that became visible even in his screen presence decades later. The open fields, the house courtyard, and the earthly fragrance after the first rain, these were the textures of his childhood. He grew up observing honest labor, sincere living, and the beauty of nature, which later manifested in the earthly charm and the grounded personality that endeared him to millions. Dharamji's childhood was warm and caring, but not luxurious. Money was limited and every rupee mattered. His father's teacher's salary ensured their family survival, but not comfort. His mother's nurturing nature creates a soft and sensitive temperament in him. He grew up with a strong emotional core, carrying the ability to feel deeply, love fiercely, and emphasize with genuine sincerity. These qualities later helped him create powerful romantic performances that felt authentic and heartfelt. He attended government senior secondary school in Laltong Kala and was also known as a shy, polite, and well-behaved student. Teachers remembered him as a boy who rarely caused any trouble and treated everyone with respect. Academically, he was average, but he had a unique sense of observation. He often sat quietly but noticed everything. These subtle awareness later became an advantage when the camera captured the depth in his eyes and the sincerity in his expressions. Outside school, Dharamji loved spending time outside, running in the fields, attending the local fairs, and visiting small town movie screenings whenever possible. The larger-than-life presence of actors like Dilip Kumar, Raj Kapoor, and Devanand deeply inspired him. He felt a pull towards films even before he fully understood what acting meant. He often used to mimic his favorite stars and often imagining himself being on the screen. But at that time, acting felt far away, something reserved for a city-born people, not for a village boy. Dharamji supported his father in small tasks, helped him run household, and even took up minor jobs to ease the family's financial load. But the dream of film stayed alive inside him. A boy who has rarely stepped outside Punjab wanted to step into Bollywood, a city he has only read about. This dream felt impossible, like reaching for the sky. Yet he held on to it quietly. His emotional bond with his mother was particularly very deep. She prayed for him, protected him, and encouraged him gently without pushing him. When he finally told his mother that he wanted to try his luck in Bollywood, she got emotional and yet fully supported him. She knew that her son was meant for something bigger than the life they lived. That moment of emotional blessing stayed with Dharamji forever. Everything changed when he saw a Filmfare talent contest advertisement in a magazine. The contest promised newcomers a chance to enter the film industry. The advertisement felt like destiny calling him. After several weeks of excitement, thinking, fear, and hesitation, Dharamji decided to take the biggest step in his life. With barely any money, a small bag, and enormous dreams, he boarded a train to Bombay. That train journey marked the symbolic end of his carefree village childhood and a beginning of extraordinary journey. From a shy Punjabi boy who walked barefoot to school, he was about to become one of India's most iconic stars. Little did he knew that one day people will call him the He-Man of Bollywood, the man with most beautiful eyes and the dream boy of millions. When Dharamji arrived in Bombay, he was just a young man with dreams larger than life and pockets lighter than hope. The city was overwhelming, noisy, crowdy, fast-moving and indifferent. For a boy coming from quiet fields of Punjab, Mumbai felt like a storm. But what kept him going was determination. He was not afraid of struggle. He has grown up watching hardship. The resilience became his strongest asset. Dharamji lived in modest accommodations, often sharing rooms and sometimes sleeping in a small rental space barely large enough for a bed. He survived on limited money and frequently skipped meals. But even during his toughest days, he did not let go of hope. He continued visiting studios, meeting assistants, and applying for opportunities. At times, he faced rejection simply because he was a shy and a quiet guy. Casting directors often felt he didn't talk enough to show confidence, but they couldn't ignore his extraordinary looks. Tall, handsome, with expressive eyes that could convey emotion even without words. The turning point came when he won the Filmfare Talent Contest. This opened the doors to his first film, Dil Bhi Tera Hum Bhi Tere, in 1960s. Although the film didn't bring immediate fame, it introduced him to the industry. He worked hard, observed senior actors, and learned the craft patiently. He had the sincerity of a newcomer and the hunger of a struggler. His early years in the industry was spent doing small roles, but every role brought improvements. Directors began noticing his ability to express emotions without exaggeration, his strong screen presence, and his sincerity. Then came the breakthrough with Phool Aur Patthar. In 1966, the film transformed him from a promising actor to a superstar. His role as a rugged yet emotional, soft-hearted criminal became iconic. It was also the film that earned him the title Hema of Bollywood. Audience couldn't take their eyes off his commanding physique, his intense expressions, and his nature of acting style. The success of Phool Aur Patthar established him as a leading man capable of carrying the whole film on his shoulders. Offers started flooding in. Dharamji's range expanded from romantic films to comedy films, action films, and family entertainers. He soon became one of the busiest actors of 1960s and 1970s. But behind this success was a man who continued working with same simplicity he carried out from Punjab. He arrived early on sets, treated everyone respectfully, and maintained professional discipline. His colleagues often mention that he never acted like a star, despite being one of the biggest names in the industry. His pairing with actresses like Meena Kumari, Hema Malini, and Sharmila Tagore created some of the most memorable romantic moments in Hindi cinema. He brought a unique style of masculinity and tenderness, making him one of the most loved heroes at that time. His eyes especially became legendary, full of expression, capable of carrying sorrow, love, desire, and innocence in a single glance. As his career grew, he continued experiencing with new roles. Satyakam, directed by Hrishikesh Mukherjee, showcased his strongest performance and is still regarded as one of Indian cinema's finest acting displays. The film wasn't a major commercial success at release. It gave Dharamji the credibility of being not just a star but a true gifted actor. By the mid-70s, he has established himself as the most versatile actor of his generation. Romance, action, comedy, drama, Dharamji excelled in every category. And yet, despite all the fame and success, he stayed connected to his roots. He helped people quietly, maintained humility, and never lost touch with the emotional sensitivity that made him unique. His breakthrough was not just one moment. It was a result of years of struggle, hard work, patience, and the heart full of determination. From sleeping in small rented rooms to becoming a superstar in Bollywood, Dharamji's early career is a story of courage, determination, hard work, and a dream that refused to die. Dharamji's film career spans more than 6 decades, filled with iconic roles, blockbuster hits, and the performances that have shaped the history of Indian cinema. His success is not limited to specific era or genre. He excelled in everything that he touched: action, romance, comedy, drama, and family entertainments. This versatility made him one of the Bollywood's most complete actors. One of his biggest and most memorable films is Sholay, 1975. When he played the lovable and the fearless Veeru, the film is considered a masterpiece and a cultural phenomenon. Dharamji's comic timing, emotional depth, and chemistry with Hema Malini made his character unforgettable and lovable. Veeru became a symbol of friendship, love, bravery, and charm. Even today, decades later, the dialogues of the movie remain iconic.
बसंती इन कुत्तों के सामने मत नाचना।
Phool Aur Patthar 1966 was another milestone. This film established him as the He-Man of Bollywood. His rugged physique, powerful presence, and emotional intensity created a blend never seen before. He looked strong, but his eyes revealed softness. That balance made him unique, an action hero with the heart of a poet. Satyakam, although not a commercial blockbuster, is considered Dharamji's finest performance. Critics still regard it as one of the greatest acting performances in Indian cinema. His portrayal of idealistic Satyapriyacharya remained deeply impactful. Dharamveer, Jugnu, Chupke Chupke, Anupama, Sita aur Geeta, Dream Girl, Patthar aur Payal, Yadon ki Barat, and Charas are only a handful of his successful films. Each role showcased a different side of him. That's why he was called the He-Man of Bollywood. The title He-Man was given to Dharamji because of his unmatched physical presence and action scenes. At a time when Bollywood action was still developing, Dharamji brought raw strength, agility, and natural athleticism to the screen. He performed his own stunts, lifted heavy weights on the set without body doubles, and possessed a physique that looked strong yet effortless. But the strength was not only in his body, but also his character. He played men who protected the weak, stood against injustice, and upheld moral values. His masculinity wasn't loud, it was graceful. That elegance made him different from later action stars. He became the He-Man not because he was strong, but because he had made strength look beautiful. Dharamji's romantic image was quite legendary, extraordinary. He was considered most handsome man in the world during 1960s and 70s. His expressive eyes, warm smile, deep voice, and natural charm made him irresistible. He could look at the heroine with such sincerity that audience felt the emotion in their own hearts. His romantic scenes felt pure, emotional, and deeply human. He was gentle, respectful, and brought authenticity to every scene. This made women across India admired him. He became the man every girl dreamed of and the hero every man wanted to be. Dharamji's personal life has been as rich, layered, and emotional as his cinematic life. Like many superstars, his life has seen love, heartbreaks, controversies, and deep emotional struggle. Yet through everything, he remained the man of strong values, intense emotion, and a soft heart. Dharamji married Prakash Kaur in 1954 at a very young age, long before entering films. Together they had 4 children, Sunny Deol, Bobby Deol, Vijeta Deol, and Ajita Deol. His bond with Prakash Kaur remained respectful and protective throughout his life. Even when life took complicated turns, he ensured she was always cared for. His love story with Hema Malini became one of the most talked about relationships in Bollywood history. Their chemistry on screen translated into real life and their partnership became iconic. They acted together nearly in 30 films and their bond grew stronger with time. Hema Malini admired Dharmendra's simplicity, sincerity, and emotional nature, while he admired her grace, discipline, and beauty. Dharamji and Hema Malini eventually married, and together they have 2 daughters, Isha Deol and Hana Deol. Managing 2 families made his personal life a little complex, but he handled relationships with sensitivity. His children from both marriages speak highly of him, describing him as a loving father who raised them with warmth and moral groundings. Emotionally, Dharamji has always been a sensitive man. He often said that he was too soft-hearted for this world. His love for his mother remained one of the strongest emotional anchor of his life. Even after becoming a superstar, he visited Punjab often, sat with villagers, and enjoyed simple food at home. Stardom never took away his love for simple living. Another emotional aspect of his life was his love for poetry. This poetic side rarely made headlines, but remained as a precious part of his art. Dharamji also maintained deep friendship in the film industry. His bond with actors like Mahmood, Shashi Kapoor, and Amitabh Bachchan stood the test of time. Amitabh Bachchan often said that Dharamji was one of the warmest and kindest actors he ever worked with. In family life, Dharamji played the role of a protective father. He supported Sunny Deol and Bobby Deol in their film career, guiding them without pressuring them. He ensured his daughters grew up with cultural values and discipline. Despite the glamour around him, Dharamji always carried emotional vulnerability. He loved intensely, felt deeply, and sometimes suffered silently. But he faced every challenge with resilience, keeping his family united and his dignity intact. As Dharamji grew older, life slowed down for him. And in this phase, you can clearly see how much he has loved, lived, and experienced. In his later years, he focused more on staying peaceful, spending time with family, and keeping himself healthy. Age brings its own set of challenges for everyone, and for Dharamji, it was no different. He went through health issues, emotional ups and downs, and moments when he just wanted silence instead of fast-paced life he once had. Over the years, Dharamji faced problems related to blood pressure, mobility, and general age-related weakness. He also had to visit hospitals from time to time for checkups and treatments, but he handled everything with a positive attitude. He stayed active when he could, walked around his farmhouse, took care of his animals, and listened to music. He always believed that nature heals the mind, and he continued spreading long, quiet evenings with himself, enjoying the trees, the breeze, and the peace he never had during the busy film years. Emotional challenges also become part of his later life. He missed his mother deeply and also remembered old friends who were no longer around. He once said that the hardest part of growing old is watching the people you love leave one by one. But even through the sadness, he kept a big heart. He stayed connected with fans through social media, posting videos, and sharing small life lessons. People admired how honest and simple he remained. Family became his biggest strength in old age. Sunny Deol, Bobby Deol, Isha Deol, Ahana Deol, and all the grandchildren were around him. He enjoyed seeing his family grow and succeed. He was proud of Sunny Deol's directional works, Bobby Deol's comeback, and his daughter's peaceful lives. Everyone treated him with so much respect and affection that he felt surrounded by love, which is all he ever wanted. He often told younger people not fear aging, as it taught patience, peace, and gratitude. Even in his older years, Dharamji acted in films like Yamla Pagla Divana and Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani. He enjoyed coming back to the set, meeting young actors, and feeling the energy of filmmaking again. But he also knew when to rest. He didn't push himself unnecessarily. Dharamji's legacy today is massive. He is remembered not just as a superstar, but as a man with a golden heart. He showed that masculinity doesn't mean being tough all the time. Real strength lies in love, kindness, and emotional honesty. Younger actors admire him for his discipline, while audience still adore him because he never changed as a person. His later life is basically about peace, love, and slowing down. He has lived a long, beautiful, and full life. He inspired generations, entertained millions, and left an emotional mark on Indian cinema that will never fade. His journey from a small Punjabi village to the heart of Bollywood is a story of dreams, hard work, and destiny coming together perfectly. That's all about the video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll be back with another video next week. Till then, take care.